The name of the game is rewrite. In algebra, it should be called rewrite-ya. Rewrite-ya-bra. Rewrite-ya-bra. Okay, so we're going to rewrite 3 plus. But instead of rewriting the y, I'm going to go ahead and immediately plug in the 5 there because that's what y equals. 5 plus 6. Okay, 3 plus 5 plus 6. You guys can figure that one out. Next, going to do the same thing here. Going to rewrite it. But when I rewrite it, instead of putting x over 3y, well, I guess I already wrote it, so let's keep going. There's no equal sign here. Let's just rewrite it again. It's going to be, x is equal to 12. 12 over 3, 2. This is going to be multiplying. Then go from there. 12 over 3 times 2 is 6. You're not done yet because this is really the same thing as, oh, I want to go back. We really should be going down with this. And second thought, we're going to keep going horizontally here because although algebraically you tend to do your work going down this way, we're going to just keep going to the right here because in this particular case, it lends itself more to going this way. So usually I don't use these equal signs as well. So please be careful with that. At any rate, 12 over 6 is the same thing as saying 12 divided by 6. Or you could say 6 times something equals 12. Right? So what is that? And you got that handy dandy calculator. You could always write it this way. 12 divided by 6 on your calculator. No matter which way you do it, you're going to end up with the following answer. It's going to be 2, 2, 2. Ta-da! Because 12 over 6 equals 2. Okay, this one's already color-coded for you here. So we rewrite this. I already rewrote it. It's 3, but instead of the A, we're going to put a 4 there. Remember, this is multiplying over 4. Let's come from here. B, instead of a B, we're going to substitute that with a 3. Remember, that's multiplying. Now we have to minus, subtract. That's subtraction. Instead of a C, we're going to put 10. And I just remembered somebody in a help session said, this is your key. Use this as the key to what goes in here. Ta-ta-da. That's so helpful. Okay, then 3 times 4 is 12. Now down here you have to use PEMDAS. And in this case, it's kind of nice that it actually goes in the order that you would do it. First you would do 4 times 3 because PEMDAS is PEMDAS. First you'll do any parentheses. We don't have any parentheses, so we can cross it off. Then you would do any exponents. We don't have any exponents, so you cross that off. Now these two must go together, and they don't necessarily mean that you always do multiply first and then divide. No, MD, sometimes it's DM. Sometimes whatever comes first, going from left to right. But in this case, it's multiply, so it's kind of nice that it works out that way. 12 minus 10. So this, I'm just going to rewrite what this would be. This is 12 minus 10. Oh, see, rewrote it again, almost done. So we have 12 over, what's 12 minus 10? 2. And now, what is 12 divided by 2? 12 divided by 2, or you can say 2 times something equals 12. And either way you do it, it's going to end up being 6. There you go. Okay, use this up here as your key. It's your key to tell you what goes where. So 5, wherever there's an A, we're going to put a 5. So here's an A, so let's put a 5 there. Remember, this is 2 times 5. Wherever there's a B, we're going to put a 2. This is a B, so we're going to put a 2 here. There we go. PEMDAS, do multiplication first, just so happens. PEMDAS with parentheses, exponents. Multiply and divide, not necessarily in that order though, whichever comes first, going from left to right. Then add and subtract, not necessarily in that order though, whichever comes first, going from left to right. But in this case, it works out. 10, rewrite everything else. This is 10 plus 2 minus 3. What comes first according to PEMDAS? Well, see what there's no parentheses, no exponents. We just did our multiplying. There isn't any dividing. We do add and subtract, whichever comes first. What just so happens adding does come first this time. 10 plus 2 is 12 minus 3. And of course, 12 minus 3. And this is the great thing about having an infinity board. Oh, yes. Oh, that's so satisfying and gratifying. 12 minus 3 is, see, a 9. Ta-da, answer. All right, I'm going to do this last one without using color coding. Just kind of like replacing, substituting. Wherever still, we're going to use this as your key. And wherever there's an A, you're going to put a 5. Well, here's an A, so that's going to turn into a 5. Get out of here, A. You're being replaced. That's going to be multiplying. Wherever there's a B, you're going to put a 3. Get out of here, B. You're being replaced by the 3. Wherever there's a C, there's going to be a 2. Get out of here, C. You're going to be replaced by the 2. So I could just go ahead and erase, 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 erase and replace. Ooh, that's kind of nifty, right? Erase and replace. Erase and replace. Erase and replace. I don't recommend erasing and replacing though with a pencil and paper. That's not as fun as it is on the computer to do it that way. So PEMDAS, this is going to be critical. If you don't pay very close attention to here, you're going to make a very common yet critical mistake. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents. Multiply and divide, but not necessarily in that order. It's hard to draw these dots on here too. Okay, going from left to right. Add and subtract, but not necessarily in that order, going from left to right. And you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. So, any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplying and dividing? Yes, right here's a multiplying and dividing. I'll use this way this time. So that's going to be 2 times 5 is 10. Algebra, rewrite everything else down so you don't get confused and make a silly mistake, at least until you get awesomely good at it. And it's probably not going to happen anytime real soon, and that's okay. It takes time. I want to move it up a little bit, give us some room. Okay, what's next? Any more multiplying or dividing? No. Done. Now we do add and subtract, but not necessarily in that order. Whichever comes first, going from left to right. So I'm going to use a highlighter. We're going to move from left, going in this direction. What's the first thing we hit? It's subtraction. That's what we do first because that's the first thing that happens going from left to right. Okay, so let's go ahead and subtract first. And we're going to subtract 10 minus 3. And of course, 10 minus 3 is 7. Then we still have to rewrite. See, this turned into a 7. We still have plus 2. We have to bring that down as well. Plus 2. Aha, and then 7 plus 2 is 9. There you go. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.